I've been doing RT4 for about 7 months now, and lately cooked foods have become really unappealing. I can never finish my meals because the taste of them is so off-putting by the time I'm halfway through. All I want is sweet, juicy fruit. Should I continue with RT4 or try going raw? I feel badly because my dad bought me a rice cooker and like 50 pounds of white rice. I feel like I won't get in enough calories on raw. Alright, so first things first. You don't try to go raw. You either eat raw, fully raw, or you eat some cooked food. But there's no trying to eat raw. You don't pick up a piece of watermelon and drop it and say, oh, I tried to eat watermelon, I couldn't, I kept dropping it. You either eat the watermelon or you don't eat the watermelon. Do or do not, try is a lie. So, when it comes to eating fully raw, you're either gonna find a way to do it because you want to do it, or you're gonna find an excuse to eat the cooked food because you want to eat the cooked food. So, if you're sending me a big Snapchat message like that big about wanting to potentially go raw but being worried about not getting enough calories, then you're on the edge. You're on the edge. You're about to attempt to go fully raw. You're about to go fully raw. I believe that if you're gonna send me that message, then you're the type of person who's going to eat raw eventually. You're gonna find a way. I had all sorts of questions when I first went raw. Some of them were like, well, what does 80-10-10 mean? Does it mean like 80% fruit, 10% vegetables, 10% nuts and seeds? Or on an 80-10-10 diet, should I be getting the majority of my calories through vegetables or fruit? Like these sorts of questions. But there was never any worry, there was never any concern, there was never any issue with the idea of not getting in enough calories. I never had that concern. Because I saw athletes like Durian Rider and Freely, and even people like Tim Van Owen and Mike Arnstein, they were clearly getting enough calories. Not getting enough calories was never a concern for them. They biked, and they ran, and they did weight training, and they were super active, and all they were living on was the good stuff, bruh. The good stuff. The stuff we all know and love. The good stuff. There's plenty of it. But just because there's no issue for the long-term raw fooders with getting enough calories, there can be an issue when you're just beginning to transition to a fully raw diet. If you're eating cooked food right now, then the chances are that you are filling up on meals that are about the size of my hand. You know, you can fill up on a big bowl of rice, like the size of my hand. A big bowl of rice the size of my hand. But if you want to fill up on the same amount of calories from fruit, you're going to need 2 or 3 times the size of my hand of fruit bowls. Because a little bowl of fruit like this or a big bowl of fruit like this is not big enough. Because fruit is mostly just water and fiber. Yeah, there's some sugar in it. Of course, there's plenty of nutrients on it. There's a lot more nutrients in it than your white rice. But that's just often overlooked. Everyone's all about calories. But the truth is, if you do want to get in enough calories, then you do need to eat 2 to 3 times the amount of volume on fruit than you would on cooked food. That's why when you go to a restaurant on cooked food, you order $20 or $30 plate of food, you're getting like quite a small amount of volume. It's very dense food though, of course. So most people fill up all right on that. And then of course the sweet dessert comes afterwards because they gotta satisfy their sweet tooth. But Lord forbid you wouldn't want to have the sweet first. You wouldn't have the fruit first because that would ruin your appetite. Even though that's the point of eating, but that's another video. When it comes to eating raw food for enough calories, you are going to have to eat 2 to 3 times the amount of volume as you would on cooked food. So, is that easy to do? It is after a while, after you've stretched your stomach out. But initially, in order to accommodate that food, your stomach simply won't be able to stretch that big in order to fit in all those calories. I sit down with a bunch of cooked fooders, and they sit down, they're like, oh my god, I'm so hungry. And in my head I'm like, that's just the cravings. But it's like the craving for the, I need that fix of food. Anyway, so they're so hungry, we sit down for some bananas or something, and like, after like 2 or 3 bananas, they're done. They stop talking about their hunger. Or they say, oh, well, I need to save room for the real food. And I'm like, if you were really hungry, you just eat as many bananas as I'm about to eat right now, and I'll sit down and have like 10, 20 bananas. No problem, because my stomach can accommodate. I can Buddha belly that out, no problem. And then wait a few hours, pee and poop it out, it goes flat again. But the Buddha belly is a talent, it's a skill that every long-term raw fooder develops when they eat plenty. when they're eating plenty, kids out there having fun. So you've got to be doing raw food long enough in order to allow your body to adapt to have that Buddha belly. Otherwise, you're gonna stuff in all that food into your small little cooked food belly, and you're gonna feel full without getting in the calories, without getting in the full amount of calories that you need. So for example, you sit down, you have a cooked food meal the size of this right here, that bowl of rice, that's maybe, let's say it's 1,000 calories, nice big thick bowl of rice with some your salt on it or whatever you want to put on it, some vegetables, because you can't have rice on its own because it tastes like shit or it's really, really boring. But again, it's another video. So you have your bowl of rice, all your calories, 1,000 calories, and you fill it up and you're full. Your stomach only had to expand like this much, you know? But in order to get 1,000 calories from fruit, you need 3 of these. You need 3 of these to get 1,000 calories. So you eat your 3 big bowls of fruit, but after the first bowl, because your stomach's only used to fitting in that rice bowl, after the first bowl you're like, oh, I'm full. But you only had like 333 calories. 333.333 calories. So you need, somehow you gotta fit in 2 more calories. So you gotta fit in 2 times the amount of calories. So then when people first get on the raw food diet, they say, oh, I tried the raw food thing, but I couldn't do it because I had to keep eating and eating and eating and eating and eating all day long. Well, that's called grazing. That's called grazing. Welcome to the world of fruitarianism. Welcome to the world of herbivorous animals out in nature. They're always grazing, they're always eating. Eating should be enjoyable. But if you don't want to have to always eat like the grazers, then you just be fruitarian for a few months, for a year or so you're able to adapt to the point where you can just eat a really big meal like I can, or like Doug Graham can, or like Tim Van Houten can, or whoever else can. You just sit and eat a really big meal of fruit, and you can go for 4, 5, 6 hours without eating. But you've got to have that Buddha belly. So yeah, initially it may be hard to get in the calories, but if you keep upping the amount of fruit calories you're getting each day, you're gonna be able to go fully raw within a month or 2, no problem. You just gotta let your stomach expand and stretch in the same way you let your body expand and stretch when you start up yoga or you start up dance class or something, you know? Give your body time to grow. Give your body time to adapt, give your body time to stretch out. And as for the rice cooker, give it away, man. As for the 50 pounds of rice, give it away. Give it to your dad. Say, hey dad, I'm moving up in the world. Give it to him. Your dad's gonna want you to win at life, man. If your dad actually wants you to win, he's gonna let you evolve and grow. He's gonna let you eat all the fruit you want. You just explain to him, Dad, the fruit has way more nutrients than a bag of plain white rice. How much does a plane of 50 pounds of white rice cost? 30 bucks, 50 bucks tops. You can get way more nutrients than 50 bucks if you buy some fruits and vegetables, man. So go knock yourself out with fruits and vegetables and give the rice cooker away to someone. Give it to your neighbor, give it to your dad, give it to your whoever, your grandma, your grandpa, and the rice as well. Give it to some homeless people. They'd really appreciate that rice, man. They'd really appreciate it. Give the rice cooker and the rice to a homeless shelter. They would really appreciate it. And if they ask why, just say you're moving up in the world and you're gonna do the raw food thing. And if you have any questions, tell them to check out Fruit Living on YouTube. Peace out from Phuket, Thailand.
Fruitarian, living lifestyle. Learn about the benefits and start now. Eating from the vine and feeling divine. Fruit living with nature's design.